you become by achieving your goals. Well, I'm saying good morning. Bimbo, how are you today?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah, I know you and Tola, you're good this morning. What do you think about a policeman that forgets his cap in a good student car after extortion?
A good student.
Yeah.
A male student.
A male student, a policeman forgetting his car after extortion, you know.
Yeah. He has collected the money.
And he collected the money and forget his cap.
He forgot his cap and well, that is his own wala. Let him face the consequences.
A man that is employed to secure people. Amokwito faces tough test as new INEC chair. One of this on conversation this morning with Tola and Bimbo. You're welcome. Conversation.
That's a very good morning. You're still very much on to Oluyole 98.5 FM on the stables of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Welcome you to Conversation this Friday morning, the 10th day in the month of October 2025. Thank God it's Friday. A conversation where we bring you stories making the major headlines in the dailies. We do our best to give you top-notch analysis. In due course, we get to open the phone lines. We invite you to be a part of this little talk show, where together we try to unravel, understand, make sense of those major events unfolding around our country, our nation, and our world. As reported by the dailies, Mondays to Saturdays we are here, and that in a nutshell is what we do on Conversation. Pretty simple, and that's why the program is called Conversation. Our thoughts, views, and opinions, what you will be hearing from us as presenters and analysts, not the corporate views of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. And of course, we are networking on OLUYOLEFM 96.3, our sister station in Alaga in the Okegwe of the state, Agility FM, Gambari, Ogbomoso, on the 92.1 FM down, and no one beats our reach. All over this great state, we are there. Beyond Oyo State, we are there, and beyond the shores of Nigeria. Just watch on via the social media platform, Facebook precisely, and you are on to Conversation. Once again, wherever you are listening across the world, you are welcome. My name is Tola Teriba.
And yes, my name is Bimbo. I can be on Conversation with Tola this morning, the 10th day of October 2025, Friday. Yes, Conversation is the program, and Tola will go straight to the point, headlines.
Now, but before we start, you and Big Daddy, you were throwing banters about this police officer that
yes, I was about to
in someone's car after extortion. And well, he's a corrupt police officer. And what behind this, I'm off the microphone now. I was saying before we came on air that assuming I was that corrupt police officer, and I'm also corrupt. Well, I would say that cap does not belong to me, and then I could turn it against the student that where did you get a policeman's cap from?
if eventually is
that cap. So you are the one that took it from where I washed it and I spread it somewhere. You are the one that went that took it.
So, but you said something. You said you can always go and get another cap. And I said, where will you get that cap? Because he will be asked where his cap was when he went out on the illegal duty. You understand?
Well, by and large, he should face the law. I mean, that is just on the lighter note, but he should face the law. And he should be disciplined as appropriate. straight to the major headlines and the meat of the news this morning. You wanted to read the particular headline?
No, I was trying to talk about a state pardon being granted Abat Macaulay, Maman Vatsa, Ogoni leaders, Lawan, and others. I don't understand state pardon for Abat Macaulay.
Well, I know what the other ones did, but then Abat Macaulay, what did he do? Well, maybe people like Babade Dayo will be able to tell us what exactly what is being pardoned for, or maybe these activities bordering on the struggle for nationhood. Maybe some certain things went against the law. Okay, let's look at the story. First, Tinubu pardons Abat Macaulay, Vatsa, Lawan, grants amnesty to 82 inmates. Well, men pardoned after death, especially Maman Vatsa. Well, it's getting that pardon while the one who condemned him to death, talking about Maman Vatsa now, General Maman Vatsa,
yes,
while the one who condemned him to death is still alive.
Yes.
That pardon. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday granted posthumous pardon to a Nigerian nationalist, Abat Macaulay, and Major General Maman Vatsa, sentenced to death over a treason charge in 1986. I was talking about General Vatsa. Apart from the posthumous pardon, the President Tinubu also pardoned 4 former convicts, including former House of Representatives member Farouk Lawan, Mrs. Anastia Dana Uweba, Barrister Hussein Umar, and Ayla Seidu Alanamu. Those sentenced for corruption. I wonder what is the basis for this pardon. Now, a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, said, the people were among the 175 that were given clemency by the President following the approval of the Council of State. He has told that Macaulay, who was a co-founder of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons, and others, were pardoned in exercise of the powers vested in the President. The statement read, President Tinubu also granted a posthumous pardon to Abat Macaulay, a Nigerian nationalist and co-founder, along with Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons. Macaulay was the party's first president, which played a pivotal role in Nigeria's struggle for independence. However, in 1913, Macaulay was believed unjustly convicted by the British colonialists and banned from public office. Macaulay died in 1946, but the stigma of being an ex-convict was not exorcised from his records until now. Well, that stigma, well, for me, was settled by the British colonialists, understandably too, because of his pro-independence struggles. But it's like a stigma that it did not exist. I was asking that question. That's what did he do? So
many Nigerians don't even know what
Nigerians don't know this. And for me and for millions of Nigerians, Abat Macaulay was a hero. Even in death, he's still a hero. Well, it's okay if they say that just to make sure that his records are clean. But for me, even if I see those things, if I were to do any project and I were to go through his records and I see that particular, what the government seems to think is a blot, to me, I think it's even a plus for him, because right from when I was a boy, he has always been one of my heroes. He had thorns in the face of one of our Naira notes. So, the parents' spokesperson added that Lawan and others were pardoned to enable them to integrate into society, having demonstrated sufficient remorse. Oh, how convenient. And I guess Farouk Lawan too. To integrate into society means integrating into 2027 politics.
Yes.
And then Nweke Francis Chibueze, serving a life sentence for cocaine, was pardoned along with Dr. Nwogu Peters, who had served 12 out of his 17-year sentence for fraud. The Ogboni 9, Ken Sarawiwa, Saturday Dubi, Nodu Iwu, Daniel Buku, Paul Libra, Felix Naute, Barbara Kubel, and John Kubel were formally pardoned. At the same time, President awarded national honors to the Ogoni 4, Chief Albert Badi, Chief Edward Kobani, Chief Samuel Oragi, and Chief Los Oragi. Ononuga stated.
Was Ken Sarawiwa mentioned there?
Well, I think it's not mentioned here, but I think his own had been done before now.
Okay.
I think, well, the president in his wisdom, but for the only one that I'm not particularly in support of pardon for someone who was convicted for corrupt practices. I do not know the basis for that. And as for the one who has served 12 out of 17 years, well, that is also understandable. And the one who was sentenced to life imprisonment, well, fine. Could also be pardoned if you have spent a substantial number of years in jail. But the only one that we have a question mark hanging over is that the one who was pardoned engaged in corrupt practices, and then they still found So if I'm the one now that I remember the case of that man who was hungry, and then he went into a house, he saw a cooler of amala, and then he took a wrap from the cooler, sat down and began eating the amala without soup. And of course the owners of the house found him there. And he didn't attempt to flee. And when they asked, what are you doing? He said he was hungry, and they saw them, they started eating the amala without any stew. They sent him to prison, Bimbo.
Yes.
And they spent some years before he was now discovered. And then so for someone who happened to be part of the cause of the crime that man committed, and you now say that you are pardoning him, really?
Yes. And
my opinion, Bimbo.
Yes. You know that sometimes state chief justices, chief judge of states, they go on prison checks to see those cases, those people awaiting trial, those prisoners awaiting trial, and they just release some of them who they feel are pardonable, or who they feel that they might not have committed that crime. I remember I think an 11-year-old boy, all those street boys that sleep in front of shops late in the night. So there was this particular boy. He slept in front of a shop where they sell phone accessories. All those accessories, phones. The shop got burgled. And the owners of the shop came in the morning. The young guy was just sleeping. They woke him up. They arrested him that he was responsible for, getting people to burgle the shop. The guy spent at least 11 years awaiting trial in prison, Agodi prison here. It was a long time ago. So when the chief judge came, when he had his travels, he released him.
What would that be? 22?
22.
By the time he was released.
Yes.
And I wonder what kind of integration. That prison has become his home. That prison has become his life.
Yes.
So it would have to be debriefed. It would have to be counseled. It would have to be go through some kind of psychological sessions.
Yes.
To make him shed the toga. And then the stigma, Bimbo. 22.
22. Yes.
Right, away from that, why I picked Amupiton as INEC chair, that's coming from President Bola Tinubu. His nomination by the president was approved by the Council of State yesterday. And, a new police trust fund repeal reenactment coming. It also says there, Bill Gates 958 others to get national honors. Okay, as to why the choice of Emamu Piton, President Bola Tinubu on Thursday disclosed why he chose Professor Joash Ojoamu Piton as the designated chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The president, who spoke during the Council of State meeting in Abuja, said that the professor of law was chosen because of his integrity and apolitical nature. He said members who commented on his choice hailed him as a serious-minded scholar, a man of integrity, tested and trusted, who has never participated in partisan politics. Well, looks like a very good pedigree
yes.
for prospective chairman of INEC.
And President Tinubu also told the Council of States that Amopiton is the first person from Kogi, North Central State, nominated to occupy the position, and is apolitical, like you said, and that is according to a statement by Tinubu's special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Nonuga, quoting him as saying, and the council members, including serving and former leaders, backed the nomination, describing the professor as a man of proven integrity. Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo said Amopiton's track record reflects a deep commitment to justice, knowledge, and national service.
I think I saw a headline saying that he faces a turbulent or
yes. Yes. Yes, Amopiton faces tough test as new INEC chair. Yes.
There is nothing tough and there is nothing testy about being the chairman of INEC. It is those that are saying that he's going to face a tough test with the politicians.
Yes,
they are the problem.
Problems, yes.
They are the challenge. Now, I'll give you this analogy, Bimbo. There was I used to attend this particular church in the early days. I had just gotten married, and then me and my wife decided to attend this particular big church, one of the Orthodox churches. And then there was this crisis within the church at that time. There was a young man who became the pastor of the church. He was young, vibrant, and all that, and was loved by the youths, especially by the youths in the church, and the majority of the church members. But then there was something like a cabal of elders in the church at that time who preferred a older person. So the sins they listed against the major sin they listed against the young man was that they said Oluyole, and they cannot carry the load of the church. And I remember my comment at that time, although not openly, what I said to myself at that time was that that it is those elders, so they are the load, they themselves are the load that they are talking about.
So they are the ones giving the church problems.
Giving the church problems. So the tough test that these ones are talking about, the load that these ones are talking about, the politicians, they are that load. And I wish Amopiton well. I wish there were other ways I could support him. Apart from wishing him well, I wish him well in tackling that load, in dismantling any unpleasant load,
yes,
and in destroying and breaking to pieces any unpleasant load, any load that will hinder him,
just breaking that jinx,
any load that will hinder him from doing his job properly, the way it should be done. And then
well, like it is being said now, a stage for a major leadership test, which I know he will overcome anyway. And as he inherits an electoral system dogged by controversy, low voter confidence, and pressure to deliver credible elections. Well, we'll see how it goes. But like as I see his biography, his character, well, I believe, and his candor, I believe he will break that jinx.
Quite unusual. We have not seen reactions from the opposition to the choice of the new INEC chair, whether by way of criticism or by way of ailing the appointment.
Maybe before
the nomination.
Maybe before the end of the day, we will start seeing criticisms.
Yeah, they would have started looking at his digging now in his records to see where they can find loopholes. That's the usual thing. And well, it's not. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. If they want to bring out, in case he has any holes They want to expose it. They want to but from what we are seeing here, well, I don't think it could. But then, like you said, we wait. We see whether the opposition will come up with anything against him. Okay, insecurity in Nigeria not driven by religion, Senate clarifies. Yes, I agree, it's not driven by religion, but it's driven by a lot of other factors that you in the Senate, you in the National Assembly can help to take care of poverty, unemployment, and ignorance, lack of education, major factors that have contributed to insecurity. These are the things that provide the viable nest for these criminals to recruit young minds and to indoctrinate them and make them think that they are indeed fighting in the name of religion. Like Mr. John said yesterday, ask many of these people who are terrorists, who are bandits, ask them that what exactly did your sponsors tell you are fighting for? They will tell you that they are not really clear, that they do not know. So many of them cannot even read a page from the holy books.
Yes.
So it's not religion, it's crime, pure and simple, as Senate is trying to say. But then they also, as politicians, and their cohorts in the executive, and ditto for Nigerians in high places, ditto for all those who brought us here, they can help to change things if the political will is there to make a difference in the Nigerian story. I will continue to prioritize citizens' needs in Oyo budget. That's coming from Governor Sheyi Makinde. UNICEF don't commission NLC commend the government. That's about the series of town hall meetings and meetings ahead of the 2026 budget flagged off by Governor Sheyi Makinde yesterday.
Yes, well, I have this story here, and you still wonder, and I've always been saying it, talking about the oil sector now. The House of Representatives on Thursday mandated its relevant committees to investigate the non-functionality of state-owned petroleum refineries in Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna, despite the use of about $18 billion for their rehabilitation in the past 2 decades. And the resolution of the House followed the consideration and adoption of a motion moved by Lagos lawmaker Oluyole during a plenary session presided over by the Deputy Speaker, Mr. Benjamin Kalu. The federal government owns 4 petroleum refineries in Port Harcourt with 2 plants and a plant each in Warri and Kaduna, managed by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. The refineries have suffered from perennial rot owing to factors ranging from poor administration and vandalism, a development that has left the nation with no option but to rely on imported refined products.
Isn't that what Nupeng and Engasan should be tackling? Isn't that what they should be protesting against? If they decide that they are going to go on strike because of that, because they want the nation's refineries to work, just like Castle is asking for revitalization of universities. If they are going on, maybe just even for a day or 2 days, don't you think, Bimba, that everything that the government would have acceded to their demands, because any strike by those 2 unions practically brings the country to its knees. So I think Nigerians would understand that if they decided to go on strike because of that, and we all know that that strike will not last long because the government will then quickly accede to their demands. But here they are, they are busy tackling Dangote, who is offering them a solution. They are busy making sure that that solution does not work.
And Dangote knows, and I know he knew that these refineries will never work, because according to him, he had said, Aliko Dangote, he argued that the chances Attila.
But apologies for that breaking transmission. And it's still Oluyole 98.5 FM, and the program is still Searchlight.
And like I said, like I was saying, Aliko Dangote argued that the chances of the refineries bouncing back were slim, even as the Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL, Bayo Juladi, stated that selling off the national assets would not be ruled out. Yes. And that then is the National Assembly, are they just noting that there is a problem with our refineries all this while?
All this they are saying, of course, you know how it goes now. It's just routine. Nothing is going to come out of this. Their approval. It's not the first time that they are saying that they look into the $18 billion refinery spending. They want to look at why the refineries are not working, and it goes on and on and on. Sometimes they do these things just that you just know that they are there, and they talk because they have to say something, not because they have something to say. At Ekiti governorship primary, APC disqualifies Kayode Ojo there. Sacks Enugu State Working Committee and to conduct public hearing for amendment of party constitution. And the nation urges withheld funds case adjourned, and court extends order freezing bank accounts. Osun urges council opposes PDP, APC joined their applications. It says an State High Court sitting in Ibadan and presided over by Justice Ladion Akintola has extended its earlier order restraining the United Bank for Africa (UBA) PLC from paying, releasing, or tampering with funds belonging to the 30 local governments of Osun State. The order will remain in force until today, Friday, when the matter is scheduled for further hearing. Justice Akintola said the extension became necessary to ensure that all parties in the case were granted the right to fair hearing in line with Section 36 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The case is adjourned until today, Friday, for further hearing, while the interim injunction shall continue to subsist, the judge ruled. So that's an update on the situation regarding Osun local government withheld funds. It says the funds have suffered, the case has suffered another adjournment.
Well, let's see. It is still in court. Now, this one says the federal government has asked tertiary institutions to submit reconciled report of all unutilized funds received from the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, within 30 days. The government said the reconciled report will be jointly verified at the end of its submission. It's according to the Education Minister Olatunji Alausa. I think maybe a rat is being smelt somewhere, somehow.
And then this one, Bingo, Tinubu leads tributes as Christopher Kolade dies at 92.
Yes, yes, I remember the man. Yes, yes, and he was a diplomat.
He was many things.
Yes.
He was a broadcaster too.
He
was a diplomat. He was a technocrat, a business sector technocrat.
A statesman.
A statesman, another statesman. And he died at 92. It was a household name. And but then, Bimbo, it's demise. And the news yesterday got me thinking. And you know why? Now, I was happy that the government is thinking of reintroducing history and civic studies, social studies into our school curriculum. And why do I say this? When that news broke yesterday, well, I was in the newsroom with a number of younger colleagues who had just come into the profession. But some of them fresh from school, some of them graduating not too long. And well, they were the ones saddled with responsibility of looking for news items that would make up our bulletin yesterday, major news bulletin yesterday, and they saw this story. They just glossed over it, and So while I was on my phone when I saw the story, I asked them that have you seen the Christopher Kolade story? The first question was, who is Christopher Kolade? I want to answer. Well, I saw something like that, and then I saw that
maybe it's just
story. I said, ha. Well, to cut the long story short, they didn't know who he was, and then they did not see the imperativeness of including that story in the bulletin until I told them that this was a great Nigerian. You cannot miss that out in your bulletin.
Yes.
That you don't have any excuse.
And of course, when they see the newspapers, even if they see the newspapers
on the front pages
of newspapers, yes, and see the profile of the great man.
So I told them, but you cannot blame them. They didn't know.
Yes.
And then so that's why I said history, civic studies, and social studies. I'm glad that has been returned to our curriculum in our time, especially when he was the chairman of this beverage company. If you remember, I don't want to mention the name, but this was not to incur the wrath of our commercial department. You know, when he was there, so that also made him a household name. That beverage company that produced many favorites. Our favorites at that time. When we were young. So Adio Christopher Kolade was a great man, eminent Nigerian, who never for once soiled his Babariga. Never for once soiled his Babariga. His Babariga remained white.
White, yes.
Till death.
And yes, remember when the IGP, Kayode Egbetokun, said the enforcement of tinted glasses permit should begin on October 2. He has backed down now. And according to the story, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has suspended the enforcement of the Motor Vehicles Prohibition of Tinted Glass Act 1991 following growing public pressure and intervention by the Nigerian Bar Association. And the suspension was announced in a statement on Thursday by the First Public Relations Officer, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin. The decision followed a Monday meeting between Egbetokun and an NBA delegation led by its president, Afam Osigwe SAN, at the First Headquarters Abuja. And Hundeyin claimed that there was no subsiding court order halting enforcement, but said the police opted to suspend the exercise out of consideration for the interest of Nigerians and regard for the Nigerian Bar Association pending the hearing of a motion on notice scheduled for October 16, 2025 at the Federal High Court, Warri, Delta State. Was it because one of them was arrested for using tinted glass vehicle, a tinted glass vehicle, I think a judge.
And well, they said that against it even before the arrest of the judge. But the question I keep asking is, what's their interest?
Yes.
And then, and it's not as if the police is saying that you should not use tinted glass. They are
just get the permit.
To get the permit.
Just get the permit. That is it. And well, and this law, it was a decree. It was formally a decree. It was signed under President Ibrahim, former President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, then former military head of state. Yes. And
if you are talking about how difficult it is to get the permit, I mean the procedure of getting the permit, well, I can understand. We are in peculiar times, Bimbo, and the police, they say they are doing this because criminals usually use this tinted glass to conceal themselves while they are on the move. So if this is the situation and we are to consider the peculiar circumstances of their country at this time, where crime rate is high and crime is almost becoming a new normal. So if the police decide to make it difficult for you to get this permit, it means maybe difficult in the sense that only those that have been acclaimed and seen to be above board will be granted that permit. There are certain things that you must, aside the money, there are certain things you must present to the police authorities for them to be sure that you are clean and that you are not a criminal. And that the purpose for asking for the permit is not because you want to conceal your criminal activities. So that's the way I see it being behind as long as these things are done and there's a law backing it, do not.
Yes, and I'm sure, in my own opinion, I know the high and mighty, those in government, business moguls, and some, all these questionable character guys, they will be using the tinted glasses vehicles, and they will not be stopped by the police. But it is we, but my car just maybe mistakenly as a tinted glass. Maybe just to by the back, they will stop me and start asking for permits and different questions.
Unfortunately, in a part of the world, it is those people in high places, the politicians, and some of the moguls that you talk about. Unfortunately, they are the ones that mostly have things to hide. On World Bank reports, we understand 139 million Nigerians are still living in poverty. The economic policy has ruined lives. ADC tells Tinubu, says APC should prioritize food security, job creation. Again, sadly, this is another outburst from the ADC that I would have to admit to myself that is actually true. The economic policy has ruined lives. Those policies have indeed ruined lives. Bimbo. The African Democratic Congress ADC has reacted to the World Bank's October 2025 report, which shows that 139 million Nigerians are now living below the poverty line, up from 81 million in 2019. The opposition party said it was a confirmation that the economic policy of the Bola Tinubu-led All Progressive Congress government has ruined the lives and livelihoods of the majority of Nigerians. The presidency has since faulted the statistics, dismissing it as unrealistic and detached from the country's economic realities. They should tell us what those realities are. And Sunday Dada, special advisor on media and public communication, in a post on his official X handle on Wednesday, claimed that the poverty figures must be properly contextualized within the limits of global poverty measurement models. See that Oyibo, see that Turenchi?
Yes.
That is still acceptable when millions, for a country that is not at war, when millions cannot send their children to school, when millions cannot afford quality health services, when millions cannot put food on their table. And let me see, that is English that he used again. He said it is still within the limits of global poverty measurement models when virtually nothing is working.
Well, let the English stay there, usually. Anybody can just go pick up the Tribune, just go and try and check it somewhere, anyhow.
Well, the man is doing his job. He's saying what he's supposed to be saying. And don't be surprised when he leaves government and he turns around to say another thing. We have heard it, we have seen it happen. The former Speaker of the House of Reps, Yakubu Dogara, who vehemently defended the immediate past government, now coming out to admit that government actually ruined Nigeria.
Now, the senator representing Borno South Senatorial District, Ali Ndume, says the Senate only confirms persons nominated for appointment by the presidency, but is not directly responsible for screening them. So who is responsible for screening them? The lawmaker explained that the State Security Service was responsible for screening of nominees before they were confirmed by the Senate. So they don't screen, they just ask questions when they are nominated by the presidency. Well,
the Ibadan proposed Ibadan PDP convention. They got it by the 2025. Well, it's not the that I'm doing here, but it's not because the convention is holding or because it will be holding in Ibadan. Of course, I wish the PDP a very successful convention. But what I'm worried about says Natasha promises intentional entertainment at PDP convention. Bingo.
Intentional entertainment.
Intentional entertainment.
Go through the story.
Well, the PDP says it starts with the PDP saying that it will not have stateless rights over plans by some of its governors to defect to the APC, and this is coming on the heels of a report that the governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Oluyole, might be dumping the party within days. But the study first of all reacts to that. Then it goes on and on to say how it is preparing for the convention. But okay, I'm trying to look for the part where Natasha says there will be intentional entertainment. Okay, I can't seem to see that details in the story.
Well, maybe I think she will be in attendance at that convention.
In the best position. But I hope intentional entertainment doesn't mean she's coming to cause trouble.
Trouble, that is what I'm trying to say.
Intentional entertainment, PDP convention. All right, I think we should open the phone lines.
0055009850 or 07055551985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo.
Good morning.
John calling from Ilorin.
Good to have you, sir.
If I were one of Abbas Makoli's grandson, I won't take that pardon. It is my opinion. Abbas Makoli never offended Nigerians. It was Barbele that made the colonial master to sentence him. Are you telling me if Mandela had died in prison before the freedom of South Africa, now the black man who is shadow of ruling South Africa will now say pardon Mandela? Mandela struggled for them. He didn't offend South Africans. So it's about Macaulay himself. He did not offend Nigeria. Why do you make it look like you are making that family feel guilty that their father committed a sin against the Federal Republic of Nigeria? So now you pardon him.
Tell him their father is a criminal.
Sir, only their father is a criminal. It's wrong to me. If I were one of his grandsons still alive, I won't take it. Because we saw about Macaulay's as a struggle against the Gaja of Okobo. All of these people suffered. So you are making them, you make me feel guilty as if my father was a prisoner. So the man, if he wants to play politics, he should know where he should play his politics and he should know the people to pardon. It is painful to me. I didn't expect that. Sort of what has this, but millions of Nigerians never knew about Macaulay was civil sentenced. Now you are making the family to feel guilty now that our father was an ex-convict. Is it the ex-convict for Nigeria or pre-independent? This is wrong. It is my own opinion. Nobody should sweat about my own opinion. It is my opinion. It is wrong. On Farouk Lawal, fine. It could be political. But I think maybe the president felt Farouk Lawal was set up. He was a fine politician. He was someone people love so much. But the truth is that he fell for that trap. So he fell for the trap. That is the truth. We saw him on camera collecting the dollar. So what he is supposed to do, he refused to do it. He tried to go for money. But the president believed he was set up. So that is it. On the issue of refinery, let me tell you something, Mr. Tola, Mr. Bimbo. Today, if they sold those refineries, you'll be surprised that those refineries will work on the private hand. It is intentionally that they don't want it to work. And that is why they want to find a way to get into Dangote so that they can destroy Dangote refinery too. Enjoy your day. Good morning, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's have this commercial break. We'll be back.
Person ask you say wetin be the game wey dey totori you pass, you go tell them say na better know all the time. No go dull yourself o, make you follow join for the ogbonge betting options, fast cash out, missions wey dey engaging and get welcome bonus wey fit reach 200,000 naira. Better know the game don start. Make you dey bet responsibly. Na only for people wey don pass 18 years. Better know na proud partner of Aston Villa.
Right, we're back. Right, we're back, and it's still conversation. We're still taking phone calls.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
The whole sense of pardoning these things and all this pardon and putting every name together. Those names that are not at the same pedestal. You just conjure everything together. The only reason is that Farouk Wala wants to be pardoned. You want to pardon Farouk Wala, that's just it. You need Farouk Wala for 2027. So that's why you include Ogunenai, about my colleague, just include everybody there. Just because want to pardon Farouk Wala. We should have gone ahead and pardon Farouk Wala. Then why pardon Mama Getbatwa when you did not pardon Gideon Oka? I mean, they committed the same thing now, according to the military law. So and it's not just proving otherwise that they did not do it, except something. No, we've been hearing rumors that it wasn't true. But I mean, information reaching us as of today told us that it was true, that they committed crime. They wanted to not crime against Nigeria, it's crime against themselves. So why must you pardon one and leave the other? So Farouk Wala just wants to, they want just to pardon Farouk Wala, that's just that. So never forget about that. Then on the issue of Israeli armor, yesterday there was truce, a peace deal that was signed. Although the peace deal was, we all know it was forced on Palestinians and all that. But I think it's a good deal. But just to come out with something that after a while there will be peace in between. If that thing is supposed to be letter, there will be peace in between. No, it's going to be an uneasy peace. But one thing is, once you sign the deal, both of you put pen into paper, there are some certain things you will not be able to do it. So Israel will rest, Palestinians and Hamas will rest too. So I think, Trump, he used to achieve this objective and aim. But one thing is, he used to force people to do it, which, according to him, peace can come in any form, maybe through war or through peace. So with that, kudos to him. So good morning, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I hope this deal really works this time around. Yes. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes. My name is Genesis. I'm from Akesu, Aguare.
Good to have you, sir.
Yes. I want to talk about the new and appointed INEC chairman. I want to congratulate him, sir. But my problem is that, our former INEC chairman before, some of them, it's like they are not perfect at all in Nigeria election. But my advice to the new one, they should try and help us, even though if it is opposition that lead the election, please declare him. Not that it is not by saying that Tinubu is not appointed you. So I want election to be credible and perfect election in Nigeria, so that the whole world will see Nigeria. So I challenge him to not to follow the examples of the former one, so that I want him to abide in righteousness. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Regarding Mr. Farouk Lawan, he was sentenced at the time because he was seen in a video collecting illicit dollars. The same judiciary that sentenced him refused to sentence the former national chairman and former governor, former national chairman of APC and former governor of Kano State, who was seen stuffing wads and wads of dollars in his babariga, illicitly gotten dollars. And I just remember that this morning, and the same judiciary found him not guilty. Oh, we lost that. 080-5500-9850, 070-5555-1985. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Adimola from Ibadan.
Good to have you, sir.
Concerning this matter that Tinubu pardon some people on the some of them are not seen to have committed any crime or committed. So, and although we hear President Tinubu intervene in the affairs of people. Give an example about Macaulay's struggle to Nigeria got independence. So, and Tinubu administration has provided the support for people now. So even their family, if they need to support them and intervene. in their affairs. And these are House of Representatives. You see, House of Representatives promote accountability. So, and there's need for the House of Representatives to investigate the project in the findings. This is because the practical jobs are not being done. So it will avoid the House of Representatives to know some people behind the job that are not being done. And because it is good to inspect the project. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, still expecting more calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Alaji Ayelabogo calling from Langate.
Good to have you, sir.
They are saying that they pardon about Macaulay. In fact, it's just a statement. Now, Abbas Macaulay is a grandson to Bishop Ajayi Crowther. And as such, the family is so embarrassed that they say they pardon for what? Somebody is fighting for independence of Nigeria, for the freedom of Nigeria. Then some people will now come out and say they pardon him for what offense? And you know one thing, I don't know what is happening with our government. Ajayi Crowther was the first African bishop. Go to Osogode, the road is not good. There's no tap water, no electricity, no anything there. And you are saying that Ajayi Crowther is the first African bishop of Africa. The man who translated English Bible to Yoruba. And when you go to his town, there's nothing to write home about. We are not so happy. We in Osogbo, we in Langate, we in Iseyin, we are not so happy about the situation of Osogbo. It's not good enough. You go to that, the road is so bad, the town is so divisions. There's no light, no anything, no development. In fact, something really has to be done. We are not so happy, but I feel like you pardon Adam Macaulay had no offense. He did no offense. He did not committed any offense. Thank you, Alaji Ayelabogo from Langate.
Well, thank you, Alaji. Well, I think about Macaulay's prison story, just like that of Nelson Mandela,
Yes.
It's part of his positive credential. So it's part of his story.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
I am Adepo Dulanko speaking from Shaki Ogworoke.
Good to have you, sir.
I would like to advise the federal government to disband beggars and movement. They are of no use. If they cannot disband them, let them get the list of those people that are trying to destabilize the nation. They have destroyed the NNPC. We cannot get fuel. They want to disband them, go to refinery. Let them get their names. Let them. It is when they are on duty that they are going to give them they're proclaiming something bad for us. Let them shut them off. Let them go and do their junior there. Thank you, Adepo Dulanko speaking from Shaki Ogworoke.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Well, we know you are angry, but what you are suggesting is rather extreme. And, it's democracy, and they also have a right to protest against what they perceived to be threatening the welfare of their members. It's just that many Nigerians are not happy about the way they are going about it. You don't have to shut down the country simply because, and that's why many Nigerians are suspecting that there is more to this than they are telling us. Well, check your time is 7:30 and we have to go. We're back same time tomorrow morning, God willing, for another edition of Conversation. My name is Tola Teriba.
And my name is Bimbo Akombi. Thank you very much for listening. Enjoy your day.
Conversation.
Oluyole FM. Oluyole. Oluyole FM
5. It's another beautiful Friday morning right here in the beautiful city of Ibadan. Day number 10 in the month of October 2025, and it's sport time.